Hey everyone! So in today's video, you'll meet Lee, and you'll see what his home base setup looks like. So this is Lee. He is a rabbit, in case you didn't know. And he's currently 4 years old. He just turned 4 on 2nd of July. And this is his setup. He's mostly a free roam bunny. It's mostly and not always, because there are some times when he's enclosed. For example, someday there's cleaning happening and we really don't need Lee hopping around everywhere at that time, so he'll be enclosed during that time or during the nighttime. The setup that you see over here right now has been clean, which is why it looks very spick and span, but it does get quite messy with rabbits, so do not have unrealistic expectations. It gets a bit messy and that's okay. You'll clean it up. Alright, so let's get started. We'll start off with the flooring. Yes, these are tiles, but no, these are not plain ones. So they do have crevices and irregularities, so it's not an entirely plain surface. Rather, it's an uneven surface. So it's actually fine for Lee to hop around over here because there will be friction, which is also why the entire flooring is not fleece and bed sheets, because there is some friction with this flooring as well. However, there is a floor mat in the center to provide traction. This is not the floor mat that is used all the time. It's usually a bed sheet or fleece that's over here, but in this video, this floor mat. Moving on to the second level, right on top of the grids, there are wooden planks, and in the spaces that the wooden planks aren't there, there's some cardboard. And then over that, there's a bed sheet. The reason there are wooden planks and cardboard, and then on top of that there's the bed sheet, is to prevent it from feeling as though Lee is sitting on a wired bottom cage, you know? So wire bottom cages can actually cause sore hocks, so you really don't want that, and it's just not comfortable for a rabbit to be on it. So to make sure that Lee is comfortable, there are wooden planks and cardboard pieces, and on top of that, there is the bed sheet. That way, it's going to be a lot more of a firm and solid surface, and then a soft bed sheet on top. On the second level, you can see there's a pine cone, and there are 3 other DIY toys. They're just there for Lee to play around with and chew on. One of them also has hay, so that way he can munch on some hay while playing at the same time. How awesome is that? Okay, moving on to the ground floor. The ground floor has, number 1, a hideout. It's not much, it's just a cardboard box that's been cut out from 2 sides. That way there are 2 entries. It's great to have hideouts with more than 1 entry and exit point, because that way your rabbit will not feel trapped inside. So yes, that's the hideout. Right beside the hideout you can see his litter box. The litter box is kind of enclosed over here, although he can see around, and it's not a litter box that's covered, but it is in a corner and there is just 1 entry and exit. So maybe this will change in the future, but given that at the moment Lee is a single bunny, he is a single rabbit, so there is no problem as far as territorial behavior goes, and he seems to be doing just fine with this current litter box. As far as the hay rack goes, well, the thing is, I tried out different hay racks, lots of experimentation, and even this one is just another DIY. And yes, it's very small. The hay needs to be refilled a lot, but it gets the job done at the moment. Don't worry, it will be discarded very soon. Moving on to everything that's there out in the open. So, starting off with the water bowl, then there are a bunch of toys. So there are safe sticks for him to play with, there's a DIY toy that's made out of cloth, and there is a little piece of cardboard over there, so he can just play around with it. Oh, and there's also a chew and throw toy. Along with all of this, there's also a tunnel, and well, this was ideally for cats, but it works perfectly fine for rabbits as well. So that's an overview of everything that's there over here right now. Now let's talk about the setup. If Lee does need to be enclosed, then all we have to do is bring the two sides over together and use the carabiner to secure it. That's it. So when you do enclose the cage, then it's a 2x3 and it's 2 grids tall. And lots of zip ties have been used to make it the way that it is. Also, the grids that are here and the placement that's there, it helps stop Lee from getting to the wires and cables that are there at the back, and also prevents Lee from getting into spaces that he's not supposed to get into. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so that's it for this video. This was Lee's home base tour, or his free roam bunny setup, or the bunny enclosure tour, whatever you want to call it. This was that. Thank you so much for watching. Hope that you have a wonderful day ahead.